Shalom. Call hello, Yahweh Shanal Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers, doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners, and to the Akwath that are listening and learning to you, I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm, coming at you with another lesson in truth from the branch of the GMS camp here in Chicago. This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 1, and it reads, "Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of Yahushua HaMashiach, and by our gathering together, that ye shall not be soon shaken in mind or troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter from us, as the day of Hamashiach is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there be a falling away first, and that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." So Israel had to fall away and forget who they were. And then after that, the man of sin would be revealed. And that man of sin is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man and woman. Let me read another scripture. And then the story that you see on the screen will explain itself. This is 2 Chronicles 33 and 67. And even though this is referring to wicked Israelites following after the heathen ways, those heathen ways are still practiced here in America. All right, symbolism. This is 2 Chronicles 33, and I'm gonna start at verse 6. And it reads, "And he caused his children to pass through the fire in the valley of the son of Hinnom. Also he observed times and used enchantments, used witchcrafts, and dealt with familiar spirit. And with wizards he wrought much evil in the sight of Yahweh to provoke him to anger. And he set a carved image of an idol, which he made in the house of power." Man, this was a bold son of a gun. "In which God hath said to David and to Solomon his son, in this house and in Jerusalem, which I have chosen before all tribes of Israel, I will put my name forever." And so you have our leaders that follow after the ways of Esau, Edom. But nevertheless, don't get it twisted. These ways continue through Esau, Edom in America to this day. No one is safe in America. Even Edomite children are not safe in America from their own people, from their own kind. I would highly suggest that you watch the movie Sleep. It was the continuation. I think it was called Sleep. It was the continuation to The Shining. All right. The one with Rose and her gang of child molesters. All right. And, it's like they try to discredit the fact that this sort of thing, predatory sexual acts toward children, going in America, but yet they do. And by very high class people. And a funny thing too is that when, it's like, what about Bill Gates and Prince Philip's indictments? Okay, what's going on with that? Because all you see in the headlines is R. Kelly and Bill Cosby. Because R. Kelly's back on a thing. But when you read, and then they didn't sensationalize this story right here. And this went on for two decades. But yet they sensationalized R. Kelly as if he was some monster. And when you look at the comparison, what happened with this and what R. Kelly did, there is no comparison. And it's like I always say, whenever evidence has come out to show who the real problem is in America, the true wickedness, they always come with the counter story or distraction story and make sure that it's a brown face, a so-called black man or Hispanic. Without any further ado, this man of sin being revealed.
The United States, where a TV star has been sent to prison for recruiting and grooming young girls to be sex slaves. Her name is Allison Mack. Some of you would know her from her role in a series called Smallville. She's been convicted for being a slave master at NXIVM. This is a barbaric cult that functioned in the guise of a marketing company. Some of America's richest celebrities were its members. How did the cult operate? Which countries was it present in? And what sort of rituals did it follow? Here's a report.
This is Allison Mack, a fresh-faced American TV star, the winner of several Teen Choice Awards. She gained a legion of fans playing the clever girl next door in the hit series Smallville. But her spectacular fall from grace is unbelievable even by TV drama standards. She has been sentenced to 3 years in jail for recruiting and grooming young girls to be sex slaves. 38-year-old Mack was a top slave master at NXIVM, a sex cult that operated in the guise of a marketing company. The organization existed for nearly 2 decades, claiming to offer self-help programs to America's powerful elite. It was founded by this man, 60-year-old Keith Rainier, who was once hailed by the Dalai Lama for his ethical work. In 2017, an expose blew the lid off the ethics that existed at NXIVM. The many charges against its members included racketeering, identity theft, extortion, forced labor, money laundering, and sex trafficking. But how exactly did the cult operate? The organization ran several executive success programs which people had to sign up for to gain entry. The ESPs were marketed as a set of development courses that helped participants overcome their fears and anxieties and hence gain their full potential in life. These programs came at a steep price. The cost of a 5-day intensive course was $5,000. But the price most participants ended up paying was emotional and physical torture. For days, the participants would live together in a commune-like housing facility for each program. At the beginning of each session, they would read aloud and follow a mission statement which asked them to reject victimhood. Rainier, who overlooked most of the sessions, was hailed as a godlike figure and had to be greeted with a kiss on the mouth. The female participants were then blindfolded and branded with the symbol of Keith Rainier's initials. The emotionally vulnerable ones were sent to a highly secret women's society and served as sex slaves for Rainier. They were punished with starvation if they refused, subjected to abuse and extortion if they threatened to leave. This barbaric cult functioned like this for 2 decades without being caught. Between 1998 and 2018, over 16,000 people completed courses at its centers in the US, Canada, and Mexico.
This trial has revealed that Rainier, who portrayed himself as a savant and a genius, was in fact a master manipulator, a con man, and the crime boss of a cult-like organization.
Most of its top members have now been convicted for getting teenagers caught in this cult. The conviction of Allison Mack is the most high-profile yet. She has called it a horrific chapter of her life and expressed remorse at her actions. But one of her victims says she doesn't feel any remorse from her.
She's a monster and a sociopath, and she has created so much harm for me, her victims, and so many people involved. And I do pray that one day she can see the light, but I don't think that was today.
Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
All the fake crying and tears. She's only sorry that she got caught, not for what she did. There's a punishment and a judgment that is upon the world, and it's upon Edom. They don't have much longer. This is Luke 8:17. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be made known and come abroad. Call halal Yahweh Bashana Washai Basham Rakakwadash Wa Ababa Ball Kwam Yasharala.